Appreciate you coming to talk to us. The long unbeaten run is over. What was missing tonight?
I think we looked like we were lacking ideas a little bit on the ball. Definitely could be better, and we got punished. Obviously, my mistake, first goal, and then they were pretty ruthless on the counter. So yeah, I think just we could have had a little bit more about us tonight, I think.
Why do you think you were lacking ideas?
I think it's football. Like sometimes you're going to have those games, but I think they were well organised. We just weren't. I think efficiency was the word Sarina used. We just weren't as efficient as we usually are. So maybe just we need to figure out why.
Is that the toughest night you've personally had in an England shirt?
Yeah. I think I'm not really one for dwelling on personal things. Like, it's part of the game. I choose to be a professional footballer. I choose to put myself in positions where I need to not do those things to be successful. And that first goal probably made it worse for me than everybody else. But I think the whole team feels really, really rubbish about losing. It hurts.
But you're up against one of the best players in the world in Sam Kerr. How hard was she to stop tonight?
Yeah, and to be fair, I thought we nullified the threat pretty well as a collective in the back four. Obviously, gifted that goal. So I think you play top teams. You play. Watching it again. Thanks for having that in front of me. I think you play top teams. You expect to play against the best players, and when they're on form, they punish you, and that's what happened to us tonight.
The World Cup feels very close. Is tonight a setback?
Absolutely not a setback. To be honest, sometimes you have to take blessings in disguise, and I think maybe that's not the worst thing that could happen to us. We want to learn. We wanted to learn. We've wanted to learn this whole time. We wanted to be pushed to our limit, and we need to take it up a new level. So in the past, we've won those games. We turned them around, but actually tonight to lose, it gives you a bit of fire, which is what we were speaking about the other day.
I don't think this derails England at all. I think it strengthens England. They will know that you cannot go into a World Cup cruising. They won't be the first team, to use an example, Argentina, the men's team, they went into the World Cup unbeaten, lost the first game, end up picking up the World Cup. So England women won't be the first team to face this. It should strengthen them. It should make them feel a little bit human, a little bit humble. It's good, it's healthy, because they'll look at this tactically. Leah is emotional. She might not be able to analyse the game as we do and see all the pictures. But I think she was tested tonight, Leah. Leah and Esme Morgan were tested by the best striker in the world. Sam Kerr's movement was unbelievable. For me to watch as a forward, unbelievable movement. They've been tested tonight, but they'll learn from it, they'll grow from it.
And this is a team without two of their first choice centre-backs, or their first choice and then their second in Alex Greenwood.
Yeah.
How much do they miss Millie?
We are missing Millie. Millie's dominance at the back, without a shadow of a doubt, we are missing her. But, even with Australia, and I was saying with our team, when you look at our team, yes, we're missing Millie and maybe Alex Greenwood, and that is not a million miles away from probably a team that could start in the World Cup. But I think that we came up against a team, again, that we couldn't find solutions to a 4-4-2. I thought that we didn't change anything on the pitch. I think we lacked a bit of aggression. We lacked confidence, I think. You're listening to Leah speaking there, and I think we lack confidence. And I think that Australia have to take a lot of credit for coming here, making it very difficult for us, and we couldn't break them down. We didn't have no one carrying the ball. We didn't have really good possession. So in the end, you have to say it was two good games that we learned a lot from.
Yeah.
And it's how they pick themselves up from this now. But it was a big lesson for us tonight.
Yeah, two tactical lessons for us. Brazil changed their formation twice. We didn't adapt to it. And tonight we didn't adapt with it either. We probably looked better towards the end when we brought on the subs and went for 4v4 in midfield. And we didn't get overrun as much. But I'm quite positive. And even though we've lost the game, I'm thinking we'll go into the next one hungry. And I think it's actually a positive.
I think the warning signs were there from the Brazil game in terms of Keira Walsh. Keira Walsh was quiet. We said it after the game. Tonight, all the tactics for Australia were about stopping Keira Walsh. They stopped her and we didn't have a solution for it. There wasn't enough midfield movement. The play was a little bit quicker in the second half. But look, I think we've come up against a coach in Gustafsson who is a very, very good tactician. This guy has won the World Cup twice as an assistant with the US. I'm reliably informed by a lot of US players that he was the mastermind actually on the training pitch, in terms of winning those World Cups. So he's, I think tactically got the better of us today, and Sarina Wiegman, it's going to be a test for her too. How do you deal with teams who are going to try and stop Keira Walsh?
You know something, when we say about take something positive, I think there's a lot. It's very difficult to take something positive from that, because the way we started, the fact that Australia were very much more hungrier than us, they're more intense than us. We didn't pass it quick enough. I think that is one they should really go away and look at and think, right, we need to liven up. We really, really need to. That is a massive wake-up call for me, that game.
Your first defeat as England manager. What went wrong from your perspective?
I think most of all that, well, they were very efficient in the chances they got. I think we gave them chances. But most of all, in possession, I think we were a little bit too slow. Like they waited for us. And then you need dynamics, you need runs, opposite movements, being tight on the ball. We wanted to switch play quicker, though they need to run, so you get some space, stretch them in width and stretch them in depth. But we didn't do that well enough, although we did create some chances. But we just in the final third, and also before those moments, we just weren't good enough.
Why do you think you were slow in possession and just weren't quite at it today?
Well, I don't have the reason for that. We spoke about it at halftime. We need to be quicker. We need to bring, then you use the word energy, but why? Yeah, energy. So pass quicker, switch quicker from side to side, but also in front of the ball. We needed to stretch them and run behind, and then also trying to get the pockets open because they were really tight. But then at moments we also lost the ball a little quick, especially later on in the second half too. But reasons for that, I have to see. I have to think about it a little longer.
Are you disappointed with how you conceded both goals?
Well, of course, the first one, like the circumstances were hard. Like it was very slippery, and it was a hard ball. We had to be ruthless, but yeah, sometimes a mistake happens. You don't want to make that mistakes a lot, but sometimes that happens. Then I thought we controlled the game. We didn't play great, but we did control the game. And the second one, there was a great counter-attack, and they were a little bit lucky too. But we have to do a little better. So they get lucky, but they're also there. And we had lots of crosses, but they won all these headers.
What's the latest on Lauren Hemp?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard about that. I don't know. I don't think it's too bad, but we didn't want to stay on the pitch.
And just finally, with the World Cup on the horizon, how much is today's result a worry or concern?
Well, as you know, from wins and, well, this is the first time we lose, we take always learnings, because also in the games we won or we tied, we see things that go well, and we also see things that we have to do better, and we know we have to improve to be at our best at the World Cup. So every game is a learning, and this one was a big one, I think.